Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day I bid to anyone and everyone watching this video. My name is Zara binti Muhammad Rizal, and I'm from class 2 Biruni of Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Taman Melawati, DEA 7610. Today, I'd like to do a little book review about Twilight, written by Stephanie Meyer. This fantasy and romance novel has about 434 pages. This is actually the first book of the series. This story is about a young 17-year-old girl named Isabella Bella Swan, who recently moved from the bright and sunny bustling city of Phoenix to the small and gloomy town of Forks. I know, what a contrast, right? Bella's parents are actually divorced. When Bella was only a few months old, her mother took her away from the small town, leaving her biological father behind as well. But now, at the age of 17, she has made the decision to move back with her father in the small town in question. Now, everything goes pretty normal. She's picked up from the airport, she moves in and settles in with her father. But of course, moving to a new place means moving to a new school. Forks High School is a school of 357, now 58 students. Her first few days there go fairly well. She meets a few new friends. She's adjusting pretty well to her new classes. Well, that is all until she sits next to Edward Cullen in biology. Now, this is where her life takes a pretty interesting turn. Now, let's talk about the main character, Isabella Bella Swan. She actually prefers to be called Bella, so that's what we're going to be calling her. I actually got to know Twilight through the movies. There's a movie interpreted for this series. That's how I came to know about the book. Her compared to the movies, a big difference, and I very much prefer her in the books, because in the books the author Stephanie likes to put in a lot of details on her thought process and mindset. Bella likes to describe herself as very compliant, very quiet, very reserved, but I personally think that she's just in denial because she can be very stubborn. You can see how stubborn she is in this book when you read it. I also love her tenacity and her will, because in this book she tends to be very rebellious, and it's quite obvious in some moments compared to others. I also like how she sometimes gets very exasperated at those she knows, because her compared to her friends, there's a big difference in personalities. Her friends seem to be more outgoing than her, therefore she seems to be dragged around by them. I love that so much. Time to talk about the male lead, the second main character in this book, Edward Cullen. Now, in the first few chapters, in Bella's point of view, he's portrayed as mysterious, alluring, dark, quiet, you know, all of that. But as you continue to read, Bella finds out about the many sides he has. For one, being an absolute tease. He is so playful, and the comments he makes sometimes can be pretty irritating. Well, irritating to Bella at least. I also love how much he cares for her. Bella sometimes takes that for granted, as from what I can see, but the way he doesn't hesitate to worry, doesn't hesitate to show concern for her well-being, it absolutely just makes my heart feel butterflies. But I'm not even Bella. This love story is about two people who try to resist fate. One who continuously tells himself that this isn't right, this is wrong, he shouldn't be doing this. He tries to even scare her to stay away from him. And yet, he knows that deep down, he undeniably had fallen in love with her. And then the other She who draws herself closer and closer into his heart. Even though he's told her so many times that she should just stay away, that she shouldn't, but she couldn't help it because even she knew that she had also fallen in love with him. It's very interesting how the author portrayed falling in love and also the determination to do anything and everything to stay with someone. That is falling in love. Well, that's what I think falling in love is anyway. Now, people can gain many things from reading a book, and what I gained from reading this book, for some reason I managed to gain something from reading a romance novel, surprisingly. But nonetheless, I gained the fact that when you put your mind to something, you should never give up on it. Because in the end, something will come out of your efforts. You should just try and never give up. Because if you do, then how do you know that you wouldn't get results out of your effort, right? So yeah, it's a pretty good book for beginners. I recommend you give it a read. Thank you for listening to my book review on the book Twilight. Have a nice day, everyone.